Hello again, word lovers, and today we're going again to what I call one of the repositories of English, because we get so many words from there that they deserve a section, more than one section in this case, as we're going to Old Norse. And so many of our common English words come from this. We'll be tracing them back, as ever, if we can, but also just enjoying them. Anger, meaning affliction, sorrow in Norse, comes from Proto-Germanic angas and goes back to a PIE root meaning tight, painfully constricted. Bag is Norse, a small sack. Börther gives us birth, Geburtis in Old German. And a PIE root, again, Burto, which is the past participle of the root. The PIE root is bear, which is to bear. Bear, birth, born. Also to carry, I should say. People forget that the main meaning of to bear is to carry. A cake is a Norman word, connected with cooking as well. Comes via Dutch, koken, cook, although cleverer people than me say this isn't the case. But in any case, here, have some Old English. What man I trow ye row, wolde ye both ate your cake and have your cake. You can see these are very basic words. We've had birth, now we're going to death. To die, originally pronounced D in the north and in Scotland, and used more of plants, apparently. Davian is our source here. Deja is to kill in Old Frisian. Deo, to die. Germanic words come from that as well. Tot, for death. Ugly is not an ugly word, lovely word. Ugliger in Old Norse, meaning something you fear. Ugr, fear, plus ligger, ugrliger. One thing to note about ugly is that it's based on words for hatred, fear, dread, whereas in most languages it seems to be related to ill-shaped or ill-formed. Deformis in Latin, Diseides in Greek. You can see it also in Irish, Sanskrit, and the Russian bezobrazny, without form, meaning ugly, shapeless. Tight, the opposite of loose, thicht, in Old English, again from Proto-Germanic, as we would expect. The Old High German form was gedigan, gediegen in German, meaning solid, worthy. And the PIE root here is tank, meaning to curdle, to thicken. Slaughter, slatter in Old Norse. A mowing originally, possibly connected with an Old Norse word for to strike, to hit. And let's pay attention to the spelling here. We've got some GHs here. When you see a GH, a GHT in English, you're probably looking at an Old Norse word. More clues to look out for are SK. We'll see some more of those later, but let's look at skirt for the moment. Skirta, defined as a kind of kirtle. That's kind of similar word as well. And this word became shirt. Skirt is the same as shirt, possibly because these shirts became longer and longer. Now, some very common verbs come from Norse. Takan, to take, also in its compound forms, mistake, undertake. Gothic word tekan, to touch. Germanic root tak, to take. We don't go any further back than that, though, in this case. Another clue to origins is the KN. A lot of words in English begin with KN. We have knifer, which is now pronounced knife. Knifer in Chaucerian English was still retained the pronunciation, as knecht, which originally just meant a boy, a young man, now becomes knight. Also, we note the spelling was a C originally, C-N-I-H-T, knecht. But apparently scribes had problem with this. It used to look like a U a lot of the time, so they thought a K would serve the task better, and so it became KN and was pronounced until about the 17th century. Husband, we can split that into two. House, hus. Bonde, dweller, freeholder, householder, the person who owned or was in charge of the house. Husbonde. And this is a present participle from bois, to dwell. The PIE root here, bear, to exist, to grow, which we already saw in the Old English root of neighbour. Perhaps the most useful verb in English is get. It can mean understand, buy, earn, fetch, bring, become, and many other things. Geta is the Old Norse. Getten was the past participle, which is closer to the American now. Gotten, we usually say got in English. And a similar broad basis of meaning. To obtain, to reach, to be able to beget, to learn, to be pleased with. So it's not surprising that the meanings in modern English are so disparate. There is a nice thread connecting it with guess, which is to try to get, if you want to look at it from that way, which is a PIE root gend, to seize or to take. Fog is Scandinavian, Danish is fog, Old Norse is fjug, as is egg. The original here was aja in Gothic, oyo meaning egg. The suggestion is that this goes back even further, taking the root from ave, which is a bird, and is still a bird in modern Spanish. Ave means a big bird, as opposed to a pájaro, a smaller bird. So we've seen some spellings there which give us a clue. You've got the SK words, you've got the GH words, you've got the KN words, and another one, the words which end in NGTH, such as strength, length, and related words such as breadth, depth, will have a Germanic root, probably coming into English from Old Norse. Well, those were a few of our common words, and there are plenty more to come.